Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, last class we discussed about the resources. I think you are not there. Okay, last class we discussed about chapter 9, management of resources.
Yes, ma'am, I wasn't there at the class.
Yeah. So I'll just quickly summarize. Okay, in this chapter, we are going to discuss about what are the resources, what are the different types of resources, what are the characteristics and steps in resource management. Okay, so simply resources means any products or any materials that satisfy the human needs or satisfy any needs, we call it as resources. Okay, simple one. Okay, this is a very simple small chapter. So we classify the resources into three: human and non-human resources, that comes under the first category, and we have individual and shared resources, then natural and community resources. These are the three classifications. Please write. Okay, on the basis of their needs, we classify the resources into two, or on the base of their origin, we classify the resources into three. One is human and non-human resources, another is individual and shared resources, third one that is natural and community resources. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about human and non-human resources. It's already there in that heading, right? Human resources, which means something that come from a particular person. Okay, only related to that person, we call it as human resources. They come within the people. Okay, there are our interest, our attitudes, our ability, everything from ourselves, right? It comes from that particular person, only from Nestle or only from me. Okay, we call it as human resources. The examples are knowledge. My knowledge is entirely different from yours, right? And my attitude is entirely different from yours, isn't it? Okay, that is the main difference. Human resources means the resources like our interests, attitudes, abilities, knowledge that come from that particular person. We call it as human resources. Next one, just the opposite, non-human resources, the resources that is not directly or mentally related with that particular person. It's not from within that person. Okay, like money, it's not from within. Okay, money is related to that person, but it's not from their self. Okay, then material goods and properties like houses, shops and all, we call it as non-human resources. Is that clear, Nestle?
Yes, ma'am.
Simple, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next classification, that is natural and community resources. Again, it's there. Natural resources. There are some resources that present naturally, right? They are present there in our nature. We call it as natural resources. Resources available in nature in its original form. Okay, no other changes needed. Like our air, water, mountains, all these are the certain resources available to everyone in our nature. Okay, that is the second one. Community resources, again, that is available to the individual as a member of the community, which means government schools, it's not only for that particular individual, right? It's for everyone, for that community, right? Or for that session, or the government hospital, for everyone, for every citizens in India, or every citizens in, yeah, that is a community resources, not only for that particular individual, it's for everyone related to that particular area or related to that particular session. Okay, the post office, park, road, doctors, government hospitals, all these are the example for community resources, not for a single individual. Then the third classification, individual resources and shared resources. Resources that is only available to single person or for the personal use. Like all the human resources, all the non-human resources we can use for our purpose, right? Money, I can spend, yeah, my attitude, my knowledge, my talents, everything related to that particular individual or anything related to me, anything related to you. All the human resources and non-human resources comes under the individual resources. Okay, then the last one, that is shared resources. It's already there, share, right? We are sharing the resources. We are sharing certain resources to another person. We call it a shared resources. All the natural resources, air we share, right? The mountains we share, the water we share, and the community resources, government hospitals, park, government schools, roads, everything we share with another person. Yes or no? Yeah, so we call it as shared resources. Yeah, yes, Nestle. Okay, these are the three classifications. So please write human and non-human resources. Just write the examples. Okay, any two examples. Human resources, give heading human resources and write knowledge and attitude. Okay, give the heading human resources, write knowledge and attitudes. Let me know when you finish, okay? The non-human resources, just write money and properties. Money and property. Money and property.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, good. Then natural resources, write water, air. Only the examples, water and air. Give heading natural resources, water and air. Community, government hospitals and park. Government hospitals and parks.
Okay.
Good. Then the last one, individual resources. The examples are anything from the human and non-human resources are the examples for the individual resources. Okay. The natural and community resources are the example for the shared resources. Fine.
Yes.
Good. So next we are going to discuss about characteristics. Each resource are useful, right? Each resource has their own use or their own need, right? Yeah. So each resource are useful. Accessibility resources are limited, like water, electricity, and all. Manageable. It should manage, and interrelated and interdependent. Some resources are interrelated to another resource. Okay. I'm just taking the main points. Okay. Then resources. Yeah, honestly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, ma'am.
Okay. Then the resources have alternative uses, like, yeah, money we saved for buying clothes can be used to buy books, right? The different purpose or a different thing. Okay, that is alternative uses are also there, and one resource may be substituted for another. For an example, the school bus. If your school bus does not arrive on time, you can go to school by your own vehicle, right? That is substitution of a particular resource. So just write accessibility, limited, manageable, only the key terms, okay? Accessibility, resources are limited, manageable, interrelated, alternative uses, and substituted. It can be substituted. Every resource is useful in some manner, right? The time is a very useful resource, money is a useful resource, but knowledge is another useful resource. Yes or no? These are the certain resources. Each resource has their own value. Okay, then accessibility, which means the amount of money, that is an accessibility example. The amount of money is entirely different for different persons. Okay, the pocket money is different from different students, right? That's it. Then resources are limited. Like the time is a very limited resource. Yes or no? We all have 24 hours, but it should be planned according to the action, or it should be planned according to the particular plan. Okay, so resources are limited and manageable. So since the resources are limited, they should be managed properly. Okay, then each resources are interrelated. They have alternative uses and substituted. We can easily substitute one resource with another resource. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then here we are going to discuss about steps. Okay, each resource, for an example, before your examination, you need certain things, right? Or before your periodic examination, you need certain concept or you need certain things for learn or to complete that goal or to complete that area, isn't it? So each resource, like the time as a resource, we need to plan, we need to organize, implement, and control and evaluate. Okay. So these are the 5 steps in managing resources. Okay. So here the management means the managing of resources. How to manage a particular how to manage a particular resource. Okay. So here we have 5 steps. So each step is interrelated and interdependent. Like the planning is related with organization, implementation is again related with organization. Okay, so to avoid the misuse, we need to plan the resources properly. Okay, that is the main purpose of learning steps in managing resources. So management is a very detailed and efficient planning. Okay, so here these are the 5 steps in managing resources. Okay, planning, organization. Just draw this, then I'll explain one by one. Okay, so if you're planning an event, we need to think about different things, right? We need to think about the budgeting, we need to think about the things we needed, right? Okay, so we are going to discuss each step. Okay,
Okay.
just draw this planning. Each step is connected. Then organization. Third step, that is implementation. Fourth step, that is controlling. And fifth one, evaluation. The last step, that is evaluation. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So our first step, that is planning. First step is planning. That simply means before your examination, we have to plan certain things. Or before a marriage, we need to plan different things, right? That's it. Planning. It's before the event, right? Or before that situation, we need to plan. Okay. So this is a framing the outline. You need to frame an outline of the future activities in order to attain the desired goal. We already had a goal. So in order to reach that particular goal, we need to plan that event, or we need to plan that situation properly and efficiently. Okay. That is the first one. So we should plan before the event, not after the event. Plan before. So first step in planning, that is identifying the goal or a problem. What is the purpose? Okay. Why we are planning? If it is an event, that is the goal, right? We need success from that. For an example, if that is an exam, you need to plan because you need to score very good marks. That's it. Okay. That is the first step. You need to identify the goal or the problem. Then ensure how the goal is achieved. That is the second one. Then thinking about the goal and resources available. You need all the resources to complete or to reach that particular goal. So thinking about that resources is again an important one. And decisions are to be made. How to plan or how to do this and all the decision have to be made. Okay.
Okay.
So planning is always done before the event, and planning should be flexible. That is very important. Planning should be flexible and it should be done before the event. So planning simply means the framework, right? Okay, the framework of a particular event we called as planning. That is the first step in managing the resources. Okay. So next step, after this planning, you are going to organize all the resources. So second step, that is organizing. Okay. Organizing means collecting and arranging. This is a key term. Collecting and arranging. Look, you need to collect certain resources and you need to arrange that resources in order to get the maximum profit or maximum result, or in order to get the efficient, or in order to reach that particular goal, you need to organize, you need to collect and to arrange all these resources appropriately. Okay, that is the second step. Then implementation. Actually, this is a doing stage. After planning and after organizing, after collecting all these things, okay, you are going to do that activity. An action stage or a doing stage. You're going to put your ideas or you're going to put your imagination, your thoughts, your goal into an action stage or an action plan. That is implementation. You're going to implement your idea to that situation. Okay, so putting the plan into action, simply known as implementation.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so when a plan has been finalized and resources are assembled and organized, it is ready to put into action. Okay, so this is a doing stage. Then the fourth one, that is controlling. After the implementation or after doing stage, you need to guide and adjust with certain things. Okay, which means if suppose it's a group activity, you are the leader. Okay, Nestle, you are the leader. You need to guide all the other members, right? It's very important to reach a particular goal. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is a guidance. Then we need to adjust. Okay, we already planned, but just imagine a difficult situation. Okay, we need to change that plan to another one to reach that goal. Yes,
Yes,
otherwise
ma'am.
it leads to a complete failure. Okay, when you have a particular problem, you need to change your ideas, you need to change the plan. That's why I told the planning should be flexible. Okay, when a situation face a particular problem, we should change that plan to another one, okay, to reach or to get a maximum profit. Okay, so guidance and adjustment, again, this is a very crucial stage. Okay, this controlling is a careful observation or the very crucial step in this management process. Then the last stage, that is evaluation. Okay, we can evaluate. Just imagine an examination. We can evaluate ourselves with the previous mark, right? Last time we got 50 marks, but this time I only got 45. So I can compare this 45 with the earlier successful one, that is 50 out of 50. Okay, we call it as relative evaluation. We are relating with another successful one or another successful situation, that is relative. We are relating, right? We are relating ourselves with another person. We are relating our goal with another. That's it. Okay, then next evaluation, that is absolute evaluation. Here there is no comparison, but we already listed the goals, right? We already have a plan. We already have certain key points to reach. Okay,
Yes.
so here in this last one, that is absolute evaluation, we are checking. We are going to check whether the goal is achieved or not. Okay, that's it. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these are the 5 steps in managing. Nestle, please switch on your video. Okay, so next step, that is, this is the last step, that is evaluation. Okay, this is the last step, evaluation. Okay. So we already discussed about all the 5 steps or all the 5 methods to reach a particular goal, right? Okay. So I'll repeat once again. We discussed about how to plan a particular event, how to organize and how to implement, how to control and evaluate the resources. Okay. These are the 5 steps. Okay, just imagine. Okay, just imagine your periodic test or just consider your examination. The first step, that is to plan, right? We need to plan to reach that particular goal. Okay, that is the first step. Planning is very essential. So always plan before the event, right? And this planning should be flexible, because what is the reason for this flexible? Why should we plan in a flexible way? Because in the 4th stage, we need to control and adjust with different problems, right? Yeah, when you face a particular problem, you need to change your plan, you need to change your ideas, then only you'll get the maximum profit, then only you reach to that goal, isn't it? That is the first one, the planning stage. Then after this planning, you need
We
to
have to
collect all
yes.
the resources. We already discussed about human resources, non-human resources, natural resources and all, right? So just consider that particular event and we need to collect all the resources, right? We need to collect all the resources and we need to arrange all the resources to reach that particular goal, isn't it? That is the
Yes.
second stage. Then after this proper planning and after this organization, okay, we already organize all the resources available to complete that particular task, then we put our ideas and our thoughts into an action, right? That is implementing. We are implementing our plans to an action. Action plan is there. That is the third step, implementation. And the fourth one, we need to adjust, we need to guide. Suppose if you are leading, if you're guiding a particular team, you need to guide all the other members, right? To reach a goal or to get a maximum profit, you need to guide all the other members in your group. Okay, that is the fourth one. That is called as controlling. You need to control everything related to that particular event. Then the last step, that is evaluation. So either you can compare yourself. For an example, last time you got 45 marks, you can compare that marks with the earlier successful one. Relative evaluation, which means you are relating yourself with an earlier successful one. Okay, then otherwise you can connect, that is absolute evaluation. Absolute evaluation means we already list all the points. We already list while planning, we already list all the goals to reach. Okay, so here you are comparing whether the goal is achieved or not. That's it. Okay, so here the management process means how to manage the resources. Okay, so these are the 5 steps. Nestle, can you list the 5 steps?
Planning,
Hmm.
organization,
Yes,
implementation,
very good.
and controlling,
Okay, last one.
evaluation.
Very good. So all these 5 steps are interrelated. Like this planning is interrelated with this implementation, controlling is related with evaluation. So all these 5 steps are interrelated and interdependent. Okay, so I'm going to give a task for you. So this is a situation. I'm going to give a situation. There is only 1 month left for your annual examination. Okay, there is only 1 month for your annual examination and you have not completed your revision. This is the situation. Okay, so take time, and I need the planning, organization, how to implement, how you are going to implement that situation, and the controlling, how you are going to control, and how you are going to evaluate. I need all these things. Okay, just the key points. Just need the key points. I'll give a clue. Okay, then no problem. I'll do this. I'll give this situation for you. Okay. Situation 1 is for me. Okay. So there is only 1 month left for your annual examination and you have not completed your revision. So what is our first step? That is planning. Okay. You have to plan. The next step, that is controlling, right? Controlling, which means you need to collect and arrange all the resources to complete your study, right? So what all resources you need? You need a study table, you need all the study materials, the printed notes, paper, pen, pencil, yeah, everything to complete that particular event. You collect all these things and you arrange it properly, isn't it? Okay, that is the second step, controlling. Then implementation. So you already set your table, you're going to learn. So learning. Okay, you're going to learn. That is the third one. Implementation, learning step, that is implementing, because you are learning the using all the collected resources. Okay, then controlling. Just imagine you are not able to complete a particular chapter because you watch television or you use mobile phone. Okay, so get an idea that it's not good, right? So you need to reduce the television time. That is controlling, right? You are controlling yourself. You are controlling the situation to complete that task. That's it. Then the last one, evaluation. So evaluation means either you can compare your mark. So after the examination, okay, your study part is over. After the examination, you are going to evaluate your mark with the earlier successful one. Otherwise, you can check according to each student is different, right? For an example, my learning capacity is entirely different from yours, or my learning skill is entirely different from yours. So on the basis of that, okay, we already know our capacity, right? Then you can evaluate. That is absolute evaluation. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the task for you. Take time and plan, organize, implement, and control the evaluation. A simple one. Nestle, you are going to celebrate your birthday. Okay? You are going to celebrate your birthday. You need to plan, organize, implement, controlling, and evaluation. These are the 5 steps.
Um,
This is all about our chapter 9, the resource management. Okay, I'll send the notes. Please go through the notes and read. And if you have any doubts, please contact me. Okay,
okay, ma'am.
I'll send through WhatsApp. If you have issues, any doubts, you can call me or you can message. Okay? So please complete the situation. I'll give 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Nestle, finish. Exit us, right?
Number
Make it
kind of.
fast.
Okay, first we would plan what are the things that we needed.
That step is called
Uh,
as
Planning.
organization, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
first you need a plan. Yeah, then organizing. Organizing means collecting all the resources. Here the situation is you are going to celebrate your birthday, right? So what are the resources you need? You need some human resources, you need some shared resources, community resources. So please list all these resources. Then implementation
Uh,
part
then
is
we
going
should
on. That's it. Controlling.
any resources not sufficient. We should control the situation like that.
It's not audible here.
Ma'am, is it audible
Yeah,
now?
no, it's okay.
Okay, if any resources are not available, we should control the situation. Is it
Hmm.
like that? Yeah. After that, after finishing, we should just evaluate whether all the things are correct according to our planning.
Okay, that's it. I think this is clear for you. Okay. Very small
Yes, ma'am.
chapter. This is chapter 9. Okay. Next class will start chapter 10. That is fabric around us. You are going to learn different fabrics, which means different textures, how the cotton is different from silk and all. Okay. You are going to learn all those things. So from this chapter, yeah, very small chapter. I'll give you the notes. Okay, so I'll read certain questions from the textbook. Okay, just try. That's it. 3 important human resources. I need 3 human resources. Can you list?
Human resources. Okay, knowledge, skills,
Hmm.
and knowledge, skills, and attitude.
Hmm. Okay, very good. So next question, management is a dash process.
Management. It's a
You
dash
can write anything there. Management is a dash process.
management. Memorandum get it.
Management is a continuous process. Management is an interrelated process. Management is an interdependent process. Anything.
Oh,
Management is a 5-step process. You can write anything there. Okay.
okay.
Then how many type of resources are there?
3.
Yeah. Then please list all the 6. Okay. We have 3 different types, but we have human resources, non-human resources, shared,
Human
community,
resources.
individual, and okay. So
Natural.
mainly we have 6 resources, but we categorize under the 3. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Then what do you mean by management? This is the question. What do you mean by management? Any idea? There is a definition here. Please write. Management is
Management.
using what you have. Management is using what you have and to get what you want. And to get what you want.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Do you have the textbook with you?
No, ma'am, I don't have. I went to the school for collecting that.
Leslie, it's not
Store
audible.
was. No, ma'am, I don't have it. I went to the school for collecting it, but that day the store wasn't open.
Okay, so please collect it, okay? Your exams are here,
Okay, ma'am.
right? Hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to study it from the.
Notes, okay. Okay, this step is very important, this diagram. I'll show you, okay? It's in your textbook, okay? Look, here you can see the management process involves these steps, like the planning, organization, implementation, controlling, and evaluation, okay? And they are using all these steps to, or there are different human resources and non-human resources. So they are using all these resources to satisfy the personal values or to satisfy. So each step, each management process, each step is connected and interrelated with another person or another resource. Is that clear? So any doubts, dear? Please go through your textbook, okay? The relationship between all these 5 steps, that is very important, which means the planning is related with controlling, that's cyclical, okay? Please learn that 5 steps. Then what are the characteristics of planning? Again, the question. What are the characteristics? So you can write all the resources are useful, the resources are limited, all the resources are interrelated, the substitution is there. Okay, you can write all these are the characteristics. Then accessibility, okay, limited resources, useful resources, okay, all these are the certain characteristics. Then discuss the relation in various steps of management. What you write here, discuss the relation in various steps of management. So you can write all the 5 steps. You can draw the diagram and you can write all these steps. All these 5 steps are interrelated and interdependent, and control depends upon planning, right? Again, our controlling, the 4th step is entirely depend upon the first stage, that is planning. Okay, so you can connect the 4th step with the first one. You can write that dialogue and you can also write what is controlling and what is planning there, because you know this controlling and planning is connected. That's it. Okay, is that clear? Okay, this is the last question. Define management and discuss different type of management, giving an example. So first write what is management, what is the definition for management, then list all the 5 steps, then draw the diagram and discuss each step. What is planning, what is organization, implementation and all. Any doubt? The steps in planning is very important. Planning. Okay. You have chapter, just a minute. I think in this term itself, the chapter 15 is about the time management. So you are going to use these step to manage time there. Okay. That's our chapter 15, and chapter 16 is again space management. Okay. Again, the space, time, all these are the resources. So you need this diagram, or you need all these 5 steps to plan time as well as space. Okay. Is that clear? Okay. So thank you, Leslie. We'll meet in the next hour.